Beginning of my video. Boom!
Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring Land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer!
Hello,
right.
Boring Review Nation!
Kind of pointless.
We know all things. It was over in a snap.
We really want it. Alright, we'll be nice.
Only you can be a Patreon. You don't need to follow the show to be hyped.
All right, welcome back to Boring Review, Boring Land.
Gabe here. He beat me to it.
But we're excited to be here. That's the main point.
Absolutely.
Yes. Nick here.
Evan here.
And
Evan
Gabe.
is back, and
I'm
we
back.
are looking at his first trailer reaction YouTube-wise. Of course, he's seen trailers. He's in the biz. If you don't know who he is a graduate of film school. What's film school did you go to?
Santa Monica College.
Santa Monica College. This guy is working on sets, on movies, on TV shows. He is doing the stuff that we wish we were doing at his age, as opposed to other. Well, you were winning some prize fights.
Yeah, that's not winning too many of them, man. Let me tell you
But
something.
enough.
But we are looking at a request that came in probably close to when this movie came out, to tell you the truth. It came out, this request, about 6 months ago. I'm going to see if I can find it, put it on the screen right here. But this viewer requested for us to react to Kalank. And we don't know anything about Kalank. That's the way we do it. We just go into it blind and see what it's about and then give our thoughts. So before we do that, don't forget to check out other videos on Boring Reviews, because if for whatever reason you're not sold on Boring Reviews on this video, we want you to give us some likes. We want you to subscribe. So check out some other stuff that we have. Don't forget to check out our Patreon as well and support the channel that way. We're going to start doing videos just for our patrons so that they can, get a little extra love. So if you want extra videos, go ahead and consider joining our Patreon. But with that being said, let's check this out.
मेरे गुस्से में लिए गए एक फैसले ने
I like the music.
हम सबकी जिंदगी बर्बाद कर दी।
मैं अपनी पत्नी से बहुत प्यार करता हूँ।
ये काम अपनी हयात में ना कर पाए तो मरने के बाद भी पछताओगे।
इस रिश्ते में इज्जत होगी, प्यार नहीं होगा।
मैं शादीशुदा हूँ।
तो मुझे कौन सा निकाह पढ़ना था आपसे?
The shots remind me of like
मत
Padma
मेरी दुनिया में
Bhatt,
कदम रखने की।
photography that
मेरे
they
पास
shot.
खोने को कुछ नहीं है।
मत करिए कोशिश मेरी जिंदगी सुधारने की, कहीं और न बिगड़ जाए।
नाजायज मोहब्बत का अंजाम अक्सर तबाही होता है।
रूप और देव की शादी से दूर रहो सफर, वरना अंजाम बुरा होगा।
जिस आग को आपने फूंक दी थी ना, उसी आग से ये शहर जला दूंगा।
Really heavy shots.
रूप की मोहब्बत मेरा हक है, और ये हक मैं लेके रहूंगा।
कलंक नहीं, इश्क है काजल किया।
All right, guys, thoughts.
So it's about an arranged marriage? That's what I took from it. And that he's trying to break up the arranged marriage.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's part of the story that I got from it. Again, we walk into these blinds, so we don't know. My thought is, man, some of those shots were beautiful. They were beautiful. It reminds me of Padma Bhatt. Man, some of the... I remember we saw Aladdin, and we both liked it. I thought it was Disney's best live-action animation.
Really?
I thought it was the best live-action animation. I loved Will Smith.
I can't wait to hear his thoughts.
I love this take on it. And one of the things we were applauding and lauding was the big set pieces, like when they were dancing and all the scenes and the colors so vibrant. until we saw like Pablo Brown. We're like, man, those costumes kind of look cheap compared to these and
the colors were
some of
too
these.
bright, and these colors are more worn in, more
authentic.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So he's like, really? What were your thoughts? You didn't like Aladdin?
I thought it was brave what they did with Aladdin. I thought that I liked the genie's story, but we didn't ask for it too. Like the movie, like what? So on tangent, what the Lion King did wrong was it did nothing new.
Right.
But I'll give props to Aladdin for trying something. The genie has his own little story as a human. Jasmine has her number, her song.
Right. I did like that song.
Speechless, yeah. So with this film, one thing you mentioned one thing I noticed, you mentioned the colors and the set and the epic set pieces. One thing I saw as a pattern was a lot of the colors were different variations of the same color in some of the dresses and some of the dances. Typically, you'll have all these different vibrant colors. In this one, it seemed like a lot of them were like different shades of beige or different shades of pink or whatever. And I thought that was really interesting. I wonder what the director's going with that type of style where they're all not the same dress. They're all just different variations of that color. But it actually seemed like, it's obviously a love story. I know it's not your favorite.
Right.
But it seemed like it had an interesting story. How many times have we seen the girl marries this person but really wants this person? So many times. But it seemed like at first the guy's like, so I didn't want to marry you anyways. It seemed like there's a little more to those characters than just the typical. And it seemed like a really interesting story. It looked like there's some war going on, and there's that whole train scene where they're reaching out and he's trying to grab her and help her out. There's a lot of, symbolism, I think, there with how the story is going to go, where, she's been rejecting him the whole time, but now she's going to need him to say. I mean, it seems really interesting. I actually am pretty interested in this movie.
Let me ask you a question, Evan. As somebody who's actually worked on sets, how much of a nightmare do you think a set that big with that many extras? Because when you saw that dancing scene, there had to be 100 people there. My daughter dances at a really big studio out here, so I know what it's like just to get 10 or 15 girls on a dance team to be coordinated. When you got 100 people and they're all on point like that, so sharp, how hard is that? How stressful, man?
Very hard. You have the hot lights. You have them worrying about, are we going to get paid? When are we going to go home? You have the worry about, the choreography. The director is behind his monitor, and the AD has to yell out to them, go, and then you have someone else saying go. Now, another question, is this on set or is this a green screen? See, and to me, it looked like this is on location, this is on set. Very hard. I wouldn't want to deal with that headache. Mm-hmm. That's when you start delegating, like the PAs. You're like, hey, PA, so go run over there, and we say, do this, tell them to go. That's actually what they usually do.
When you watch more of these epic films where it's talking about royal families and you have these big dance, because not all of Indian films are like this, but I would say some of the early ones we watched were a lot similar to this style. It's crazy when you look at the budget. The budget is so small, and to see what they're able to put out there, he's talking about the extras and the costumes. I mean, nothing looks cheap. It's amazing how much they're able. I've always mentioned this, how they're able to stretch their production dollar in these movies that are this type of an epic scale. And I want to say most of it's studio. They don't usually use a lot of VHS or VFX or a lot of CGI. The only time they really do is with animals because they have animal protection laws. And so it's really impressive because you look at it, it's HD, the quality looks very, very nice, but the budgets are so much smaller than what we have here in the States.
Very true.
One of the coolest, I remember you were talking about the animals. We saw this one movie, I want to say it was Padmavat with Aladdin, the ostrich scene. Only thing that bothered me, man. And I'm like, why? Well, they wanted to show that he got this really rare animal or whatnot, but I couldn't get over the ostrich look. You could totally tell it was CGI. And I was like, I don't even understand. Why not? And Nick was like, dude, they got like animal protection laws where you can't use some animals in films over there and things like that. And then, is that why here in America you use it? No animal was hurt in this film. Is that why they have to put it in there?
We used them, but we had no casualties.
We had no casualties.
Yep.
Fluffy was happy the entire time.
They were fed well by the crew. We only took one group photo. They were fine.
And you hear that too because sometimes people will ask about the animals that were characters and they say, they were treated better than other cast members.
Mm-hmm. What?
But, right? But, India, their films go a step further. We don't use animals at all. We don't want any chance of any harm coming to them whatsoever. So.
Oh yeah, I worked on the one with Sarah Paulson and on that set, they had a lot of monkeys on set. We put them in their own room. Like, they were brought into the front gate in cages right into their own dressing room. They had their own area.
Monkey got a dressing room.
Monkey got a dressing room.
Burn Review Nation, I don't have a dressing room yet, and the monkeys get a dressing room. Come on, people.
Am I violating my NDA?
If you are, we'll edit it out. Don't worry.
Just bleep, bleep.
But we hope you enjoyed our reaction. I can't believe we have not reacted to it yet, but I'm glad we waited so we can have Evan here check it out with us. Let us know, since it's been out, how much you enjoyed it. Don't give us spoilers, but tell us how much you enjoyed it. And if it's something that, we have a long list, if we should throw it there, the top of our list, middle of the list, or maybe wait until we get some time later on. But as always, we appreciate the love and support. Go ahead and let us know, as always, in the comment section what you want us to do and what you want us to react to. And until next time.
Deuces.
Peace out.